Hello everyone, this is Victor from Web and Work. In this edition of our Flipped Classroom series, I'll be looking at the part 2 of how to log into Google Classroom as a student. And in this edition, I'll just look at a little bit about the settings, some things that you need to know. And so you can see I'm already in Google Classroom and I'm logged on as a student. And what you see on the screen are some classes that already have been assigned to have joined by virtue of either an email from my teacher or maybe the code was what I used to join. And before I just move on, I'll just literally point out one or two things. If you go up to the right and you click on this icon over here, you see the classes and it's telling you that you're currently in the home, and that is the Google Classroom home. And you see your calendar. Each class that you are assigned to, each class in Google Classroom has a calendar also assigned to it. Then you also talk about where you are enrolled. So in this case, I'm enrolled in these two classes. And if I wanted to look at my to-do list, which is an easy way for me to see all the tasks that have been assigned to me in terms of assignments and when they are due. If I go back and I click on back in the home so I can see it. So this talks about the home, and you can see the classes which I am currently part of. And if for any reason I want to go into any of the classes, and there I go, I'm in that class. And so if I go back to the home again, so that I see all my classes, and all my classes are clear to me. So the other thing to also mention, as a student, everything I do in terms of submitting my assignments, that when I'm giving, everything is submitted in Google Drive. And so as a student, I have access to Google Drive just the same way the class has access. So each class has access to Google Drive, a Google Drive account or a Google Drive folder for that class. And so every assignment, every work I do will be stored here. And this is my own version of the Google Drive. So I'm able to go back to any assignments that I've submitted or any documents that I have submitted. If I go back into the classes, if for any reason I find out that, oh, I've been enrolled, I'm supposed to be in year 1, and I've been enrolled, I find out because of this is a new installation in my school, and I've gone ahead to use a code that is for a class that I do not belong to. I can easily remove myself from that class. And how do you do that? You come to this button and you click on enroll. But before I click on enroll, I'll come to that button. If I click on the move, it allows me, let's assume that, which is the typical case, you might find out that I belong to about 10, 15 different classes. And you can easily rearrange them from here. So you say, okay, I want to be able to move a particular class to the beginning, and it will help you rearrange. You can see that as happened. You can also rearrange by dragging the class from one place to the other. And if you have several classes and you just want it to look nice to you, you can be able to arrange that class. And the other point to quickly mention to you is that if you click on this, on the classes at the bottom left, you have settings. And as a student, more often than not, you need to leave the settings the way they are. For instance, you want to be able to receive email notification as it were, and all the comments concerning you, your comments, you want to leave it turned on. And things about the class, your work, assignment, also you want to have all that turned on. And so usually the default setting is okay. You don't need to change it so that you don't find yourself in a situation whereby you are missing information concerning your class just because you have turned on some of these notifications. So it's good to leave the default settings the way it is. And in some instances, depending on the settings, you might not be able to change any of those things. And so if I go back again to the class, and just like I was saying, I'm in year 1, I'm not meant to be in year 11. So what do? I come to the 3 dots at the top right and just simply click on enroll. And you see a message, unenroll from this particular class. You'll be removed from this class. All your files will remain in Google Drive. And that's assuming for any reason you have done that. But please only do this if you mistakenly find yourself in a class. Don't go ahead and do this for a class that you've been participating in, because you might have to have a word with your teacher why you did that. And so once I've done that, you can see so that I'm out of that class. The class is still existing, but I do not have access to it. So thank you. And that's it for this edition.